And we'll just hop right on into it. Today we'll start in a child's pose. You can take a child's pose with the knees together or the knees wide. Toes kiss, hips sink back, arms are reaching forward. Place the forehead on the ground and begin to tap into the breath. Feel the body breathing. Feel the body expand on the inhales and soften on the exhales. Take this moment to fully arrive, putting the outside world on pause, slowing down the thoughts in the mind. And begin to deepen the breath. Feel the body heavy into the earth holding us up, feeling this nice grounding energy. And when you're ready, slowly roll up to a seated position and find a comfortable seat. So you may like to sit up on a prop or a pillow. You can sit back on your heels like Shannon, or you can take a easy pose with your legs crossed, or you can take your lotus. And place the palms on the legs, palms face down, close down the eyes, and tap back into that breath. Really feel the sits bones rooting down into the ground here. As you sit up nice and tall, spread the collarbones wide. And we will begin with a sipping breath, one of our favorite pranayamas. And you'll purse the lips and inhale like you're slurping up water through a straw. And then exhale through the nose, making it nice and fluid. Inhale through the straw. Exhale through the nose. Deep inhale. Long exhale. And continue this on your own counts, perhaps lengthening the inhales and lengthening the exhales. Letting your breath carry you back to the present moment, ground you down here as we continue to fully arrive and tell our bodies and our minds we're shifting into the receiving space, into our yoga practice, letting go of everything that came before. And after the next exhale, return to your natural breath. Let's take our hands to heart center. Really press your hands together here and press the thumb into the sternum. And at this time, we invite you to set an intention for your practice, whether that is just to be fully present, to move the body, or to have fun. Anything that comes up is perfect. And let's take a deep breath together. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth, sealing that intention. And when you're ready, flutter the eyes open. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, right hand down, left hand up and over to the right side. Body stretch. Anchor that left hip down. Drop that left shoulder down. And maybe take the gaze up. Take a deep inhale, find length. Exhale, tilt a little further. And the next inhale, come through center, reach out both arms. Exhale, other way. Left hand down, right arm up and over to the left. Deep breath in. Anchor that right hip down. Exhale, tilt a little more. Another deep breath in, find the length. Exhale, drop that right shoulder back. Maybe take the gaze up, last inhale. And exhale, come through center, both arms reach up. Right hand plants behind you like a kickstand. Left hand comes to the right knee, twist. We inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, twist, take the gaze over the back shoulder. You may experiment with taking the gaze over the front shoulder. Drawing the belly button to the spine and really twisting that upper spine and the cervical spine. Breathing into the back of the heart. Last breath here. And on the exhale, come through center, both arms reach up. And other way, left hand plants behind you, strong like a kickstand. Right hand comes to the left knee. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, twist. Take the gaze over the back shoulder. Keep breathing, deep belly breaths here. Anytime we're in twist, getting all the benefits by taking deep belly breaths so we can compress the inner organs and really detoxify and cleanse it all out. Last breath here. Exhale, release, unwind. Plant your hands back on your legs and drop your chin to your chest. Let the head hang heavy, but drop the shoulders down the back here, keeping a nice posture. You may like to interlace the fingers behind the head, applying gentle pressure here. And maybe rock the head side to side. And then release the hands down. Go ahead and take some neck circles here. Moving slowly. And staying in any place where you may feel stickiness or tightness and sending an extra breath there. And reverse the circles. And when you feel complete, moving into our tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Draw the belly to the spine here. And inhale toward cow. Drop the belly, gazes forward, heart shines forward. Stay here for a moment and take an extra breath, really reaching that heart through the shoulders. And then exhale, cat. Draw the belly to the spine, tuck the chin, press the ground away. Stay here for an extra breath. Let this feel really good. Maybe even wiggle around a bit here in this cat. And then inhale back to your cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And continue on your own breath. We're taking any other organic movements you like. Maybe you like barrel rolls, moving the ribs around. Or maybe you like to wag the tail or warm up the wrist here, taking steps around the mat with the hands. Close the eyes and really connect with the body here. Notice where it's at and meet it where it's at in your practice this evening. Please only do what feels good. Take rest and water when you need, and have fun. And then when you feel complete, slowly tuck the toes, meet in your plank for a moment. Rock forward and back to warm up the ankles. You may feel a few cracks here. And then step up to the top of the mat, forward fold. Catch the elbows, bend the knees, let the head hang heavy, rock side to side. Maybe take a deep exhale. How much more can you release that head and the neck? And then slowly, when you're ready, roll up to stand bone by bone. And when you arrive, draw the shoulders up to the ears and then roll them down the spine.
Palms face forward to receive. Feel all four corners of your feet connected with the mat. And then go a little bit deeper, feeling them connected to the earth. Take a moment to be aware of the sensations that you feel in all four corners of your feet. Invite a smile into your lips. And then we'll move through 2 sun salutation A's together. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step back to your plank. Moving through your chaturanga, option to always come down onto the knees. Into cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Walking it out, lowering one heel to the mat and then the other. And then finding stillness. Drawing that belly button to spine, feel your hips draw up and back. And now feel all 10 fingers of your palms fully rooted into the mat. And then take it a step further. Imagine it connecting into the earth. 3 more deep breaths here. And then on the final exhale, really bend your knees and slowly step to the top of your mat. Connecting movement with breath, inhale, halfway lift, shine your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Root down through your feet to rise up. Shine your heart, baby back bend. And then exhale, palms come through heart center. Moving through that one more time together. Inhale, rise up with me. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then take it back, move through your flow. And then meeting in a downward facing dog together. Taking any intuitive movements that feel good to you, maybe coming all the way up onto your toes and then sinking the heels to the left. Coming back through center, sinking the heels to the right. Continuing to keep a micro bend in your downward facing dog here. And then coming back through center, still up on your tippy toes, take a big step out, coming into a wide-legged downward facing dog. Feeling your heart sink back. And then lift your right palm off the mat. Engage your core to find your balance. And then if you can, reach back and grab onto the back of your left calf. Lengthening the spine first on the inhale. And then exhale, look under your armpit. The more that you pull against that left calf, the deeper your stretch. Meeting yourself wherever it's at today. We'll take a few more deep breaths here. And then moving to the other side. Planting both palms and then engage the core to feel stable. And then lift the left palm off. And then reaching it back to grab onto the back of your right calf. Checking in to make sure that the weight is evenly distributed through both legs. If not, making any micro adjustments that you need to. I think it can be really helpful to keep a bend in your knees. Breathe here. Three more deep breaths. And then coming back through center. Walk the feet back together. And then really bend your knees one more time. Stepping or hopping to the top of your mat. Grabbing onto opposite elbows. Sink into that forward fold here. You can interlace your fingers behind your head if that feels good. You can lift one heel off the mat and then the other. Experimenting with what feels good in your body. You'll never know if you don't try. Allowing the palms to fall to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up. Exhale, palms through heart center. One more time, float with me. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, step it back, take your flow. Arriving in downward facing dog together. Inhale, lift your right leg up. See if you can reach your leg up just an inch or two higher. And then knee to nose, crunch it in. When you're ready, stepping it through. Lowering the left knee onto the mat. Untucking the toes. Rising up into your low lunge. Taking your favorite arm variation here. Whether that's grabbing onto opposite elbows. Continuing to reach up, but turning the pinkies in towards one another is a great option to helping to release the shoulders down the back. And staying connected with your breath. You want the effort to be minimal here. Really trusting your body to guide you as deep as it wants to go. Not forcing anything. And then reaching your arms forward like you're trying to grab onto something. Exhale, draw the palms to heart center. And then bring that left elbow onto your right knee, taking a gentle twist here. We'll lengthen the spine first by reaching forward. And then exhale, taking the twist. Looking over the right shoulder. Planting the left palm into the mat, tuck your toes, rise up into a runner's lunge, and reach your right fingertips high up towards the sky. Taking a different variation of the twist here. And then we'll really engage both legs, and then almost cartwheel up, rising up into our high crescent lunge. Pinkies turn in towards one another, shoulders release down the back. And then frame your foot and take your flow. Moving on to the other side. Inhale, left leg rises high up. Knee to nose, crunch it in. Coming into your low crescent lunge. Continuing to breathe in and through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth for a little extra release. We'll reach the arms forward, drawing it in, coming into that twist. with the right elbow coming onto the left knee. Lengthening the spine first, and then looking over the left shoulder. Actively pressing that right elbow into the left knee. And then when you're ready, we'll ground our right palm into the mat, tuck the toes, and then lift that left arm high up to the sky, finding length in your entire body here. Zipping up the legs, as Jade loves to say, let's rise up. Woo! If you fall, that's okay. Just laugh it off, and then turn the pinkies in towards one another. Get that nice shoulder release. All right, frame your foot, take your flow. Or always option to go directly back to downward facing dog. Two more deep breaths here. And then on the last one, really bending your knees and stepping or hopping to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root down to rise up. Exhale, drawing the palms to heart center.
Inhale, sitting back to our fierce pose or chair pose. So sweep down on the floor, sink those hips down, weight is in the heels. Draw the belly to the spine. Drop the shoulders down the back and breathe. With every exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Feel the legs strong. If they're shaking, you're getting stronger. For 3 more breaths. 3. Inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 1, and fold forward, release, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, find that long spine. Exhale, flow, or step back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises up, flex the foot, bend the knee and open the hip. Press that right foot over to the left and really feel that hip opening up on the front side. And then go ahead and take some hip circles, drawing circles in the air with your knees, as big or as small as whatever feels good to you today. And reverse the circles. And then reach that leg back up to center. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 1. Place that right foot behind the right wrist. Back heel spins down 45 degrees. Rise on up. Arms reach up. Hips and shoulders are square to the front. Draw the belly to the spine. Really find your strength in this warrior 1. And then clasp the hands behind the back. Inhale, exalted warrior, puff up that chest, heart shines up to the sky. Maybe take the gaze up, but keep the bend in the front knee here. And then exhale, humble warrior. Shoulders drop on the inside of the right knee. Hands reach up and over to the front. The head and the neck completely relaxed. And then bump that right hip back in towards the midline. And breathe. Feeling into the hip, sending the breath to the right hip. That may be talking to you. Last breath here. And on the exhale, we rise up just halfway and then plant the hands on the inside of the foot, moving into our lizard, a little bit deeper into that hip. So go ahead and rock forward and back here, almost like flossing out that hip. And you can heel toe that right foot out just a little bit if you like to add more space for the hips. And then when you're ready, drop that back knee down, untuck the toes. Stay up for another few breaths. And then when you're ready, making your way down to your elbows or blocks if you'd like to move further. And there's a few ways you can explore your lizard here. You can press the right knee out to the right, spinning onto the outside edge of the right foot. And you can use that right hand to gently press that hip away, opening the hip out to the side. If you'd like an added quad stretch, you can bend the back knee, hugging the back foot into the booty. And if you're here, you can really feel that deep stretch across the front of the left hip. If you'd like a twist, you can use that right hand and grab the back foot, opening up this way. Wherever you are, in whatever option, continue to breathe. Feel into that hip. Find your edge for 3 more seconds. And 2, 1, release. If you're wound up, unwind, plant the hands. Step back into your plank and flow. And now inhale, left leg rises up, flex the foot. Now point the toes, open the hip, bend the knee, and then reach that left foot over to the right, opening up the front side of that hip. And then take those hip circles, as big or as small as you like. Really feeling into where that hip is at today. And then reverse the circles. And when you're complete, reach that left leg up to the sky. Exhale, warrior 1. Left foot plants behind the front hand. Rise on up. The back foot is 45 degrees. Hips, shoulders square to the front, and the feet are on railroad tracks here, so they're not on a tight line. To add more space for these beautiful hips we all have. And then draw the belly into the spine and feel like you're knitting those ribs in like you're wearing a corset. Drop the shoulders down the back, sink just 2 more inches into that front leg. And then clasp the hands behind the back with the opposite thumb on top. Inhale, puff up your chest, heart shines up to the sky. Maybe take the gaze up, exalted warrior. And then exhale, humble warrior. Shoulders come on the inside of the left knee. Hands are reaching up and over to the front. Head and the neck completely relaxed. And then bump that left hip into the midline. And breathe. Acknowledging any deep sensations you may feel in the left hip. Being grateful for this feeling, maybe rewriting the relationship with this deep sensation. And then last breath here. And then we exhale, come up halfway, and then plant the hands on the inside of the left foot, moving into our lizard. So stay up for a bit, maybe rocking forward and back. And then when you're ready, drop that back knee down, untuck the toes, and move into your lizard, wherever you are today. Any variation that feels good to you. Wherever you are, breathe space into the front, the side, the outside of that left hip. Again, the different variations, you can press the left leg out to the left, spinning onto the outside edge of that left foot. Or you can bend that back knee in, pulling the foot to the booty. Or if you like that twist, you can grab the back foot with the left hand. Can you release just a little bit more into that left hip? Can you soften around the edges? Allow yourself to melt into this pose for one more breath. And then exhale, release, slowly make your way back to your plank. Optional flow here, or press back to your downward facing dog. And let's take a deep cleansing breath together here. Inhale, fill up through the nose. Open the mouth, side out. And then make your way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Sink back into your chair. Find your edge. And then exhale, stand up. Hands come to heart center. Tadasana.
Placing both palms on your heart. Connect with your beating heart. Inhaling gratitude as you feel it pulsing into your palms. And then rising your palms up. Meditative movement, forward fold. Halfway lift. Stepping back into your plank, pause here. Shift the weight back and forth. We're going to continue to fire up the core a little bit more. So coming all the way down onto your elbows, coming into our forearm plank. Just breathing with this shaking sensation. Letting the breath be our music for this practice. Now moving on to the side plank. If you need to, you can ground one knee down onto the mat. But we're gonna lift the left arm up. Lifting the hips higher. Trusting that we can do this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back through center. Almost feel that sense of release. Shifting the weight back and forth. Refinding our center. And then moving on to the other side. So lifting our right arm high up to the sky, hips will follow. Again, dropping the knee down if you need to. And hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job, you all. Let's move back through center. Pausing here. And then stepping straight into our dolphin pose if that's in your practice. If it's not, following me here. So lifting your hips high up to the sky and slowly walking your tiptoes in towards your elbows. Continue to press back. As you continue to draw that core in, lifting the hips high, up to the sky and back. Breathing deeply here. Connecting with strength we didn't even know that we had. And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back into your plank and sink back into your child's pose. Taking any variation that feels good for you. And add that smile in and feel good about yourself. You deserve it. Honoring yourself for showing up onto the mat today and moving through that core series. Walking the palms over towards the left, placing your right palm on top of the left. Press down here and feel the hip, feel the stretch through your right hip. The deeper that you press into the palm, the more you're going to feel it. Again, imagining those hips draw further and further towards the right. Walking back through center. And then taking it over to the other side. Left palm will ground down on top of the right. Feeling the stretch through our left hip. Again, consciously pressing down into that right palm. Exhale, coming back through center. And then meeting us all together in a downward facing dog, however you'd like to get there. Moving into a warrior two, one of my favorite asanas. Lift that right foot high up to the sky. Crunch it in. And then rise up. Checking your alignment, either heel to heel or heel to your back left arch. And then letting your hips sink down. Lifting the palms high up to the sky for a little extra shoulder release. Inviting that smile back into your lips. Option to close the eyes. Tapping into your inner warrior as you continue to hold this. Shoulders relax, and yet your arms are continuing to stretch out in opposite directions without having to do much. Straightening that right leg, stepping the left foot in a step or two, moving through our triangle, reaching the right fingertips as far as you can forward, and then grounding down on either block your ankle or a little bit higher if you need to. Left fingertips sparks high up to the sky. Feel that shoulder drop back. Letting this feel really good. I invite you to add in a micro bend into that right leg, helping that hip to draw back. And then on your next inhale, gliding that arm up the leg, taking warrior two on the other side. Sinking down into that 90-degree angle. Tuning into all four corners of both feet. Lift the palms up. And see if you can sink just about an inch or two deeper here. Three more deep breaths. Last one we'll do together. Inhaling deeply through the nose. Loud, audible exhale through the mouth. Straightening that left leg. Step that right foot in a step or two. Reach those left fingertips as far as you can forward. Feel the stretch before grounding down onto a block or ankle or someplace higher. Right fingertips spark up. As your hips draw back, feel the crown of your head simultaneously drawing forward. Adding that micro bend in your left leg if it feels good. Allowing the heart rate to slow down. We'll glide the left palm up our leg. Reach high up to the sky. And then exhale, forward fold. Coming into our wide-legged forward fold here. Heel toeing the feet out if you'd like to take the stretch a little bit deeper. Closing the eyes if that feels okay for you and letting this be intuitive. Option to lift one heel off the mat and then the other. Grabbing onto your big toes or even grabbing behind your heels. If you have the inversion in your practice, you're more than welcome to take it. We'll be here for about 20 more seconds. If you're in the inversion, I invite you to slowly come out of it. And now beginning to walk our palms towards the top of our mat. Stepping that left leg forward. And slowly rising that vertebrae by vertebrae. One big stretch up high to the sky, open your heart. Maybe interlacing your fingers behind your head. Opening the shoulders. And then allowing the palms to fall forward.
Taking a nice wide stance with the toes facing out, we're gonna sink down into our yogi squat. So slowly with a nice long spine, sink those hips down, open those knees out wide. You can use the elbows to press into the legs to open the knees out towards the back more. And maybe rock side to side, feeling into those hips, which might feel nice and open now. And you can stay here if you like. If this is a lot on the knees, you can always take breaks and wiggle out the legs in a forward fold. If you like a little heart opener, plant the right hand down, left arm reaches up. Let's see if you shifted all the weight into the right leg here. Shift weight back into the left. And there's a bind here as well if you'd like to bend both elbows, catching behind the leg. And with the bind, make sure that left collarbone is nice and wide and take the gaze up. Breathe into the right side of the belly, making a nice compression there. And then slowly unwind, come to center for a breath to refocus the spine, straighten it out. And then left hand down, right arm reaches up. Notice the shift in the weight. See if you can shift some back into the right leg. And if you took that bind, you can take it again by bending both elbows, catching the hands behind, spreading that right collarbone wide and taking the gaze up. And deep belly breaths into the left side of the stomach. And then slowly unwind, come through center, and we're transitioning to a seat. So however you like, you can take your hands behind you, rock on back like Shannon. And then lengthening the left leg forward, right knee comes in and opens out wide, taking half butterfly here. So you can wiggle around a little bit until you can find a comfortable seat. We'll inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, turn the torso so you're directly on top of that left leg, and then fold over. Leading with the heart, finding a long spine here. Maybe taking a slight bend in that left knee and flexing the left foot towards the face. And breathe here, allowing yourself to turn inward near the end of our practice. Reconnecting with the body, the breath, the heartbeat. You can stay here, or another option is to place that left elbow on the inside of the left knee and reach that right arm up to the sky. And if you like, over to the front. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. And then slowly come on up wherever you are. Plant that right hand behind you. We're taking a counter stretch. Press those hips forward, rise up. Left arm up and over to the back. Let this feel good. Doesn't matter what it looks like.
It does feel good.
And then slowly release down. Turn to face forward. Draw that right knee into the belly. You can cross it over. We're taking a twist here. So however you like to do this seated twist, you can take that left knee and tuck it in too. And then we'll inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Exhale, right hand plants behind you like a kickstand. And then left elbow hooks on the right knee. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, twist. Twist from the belly button. Maybe take the gaze over the back shoulder. We'll be here for several breaths. So on the inhales, I want you to focus on sitting up nice and tall. And on the exhales, focus on twisting a little bit deeper. There's a bind here as well. If you like to try the bind, you can reach the left hand underneath of that right leg, kind of tucking it in and under. And then the right hand behind you can come around and hook onto the left hand. If you're here, make sure you're sitting up nice and tall, spreading both collarbones wide, and then gaze over that back shoulder. And breathe. We'll take the last breath together. Inhale. Exhale completely, slowly unwinding wherever you are. And then switching sides, so reaching that right leg forward, left knee comes out, taking that half butterfly. And then turn the torso so it's directly over that right leg. And then fold forward, taking a slight bend in that right knee. Right foot is flexed towards the face. And then slowly melt into this pose, turning inward. Maybe close the eyes. Reconnect with your intention. Draw all of the energy and awareness in to the present moment, to this mind-body connection we're creating. Begin to deepen the breath. Again, if you like that extra side body stretch, you can place the right elbow on the inside of the right knee and then reach that left arm up and over to the front. Finding all the length in the side body. Last breath here. And then we'll inhale, come up, taking that counter stretch. Left hand plants behind you. Press into the ground as you lift your hips forward. Reaching that right arm wherever feels good. And release slowly. Unwinding, drawing that left knee into the chest, taking that twist. So however you like the legs, you can keep that right leg forward or tuck it in and under. Both arms reach up nice and tall. Exhale, twist, left hand behind you, right hand or the arm hooks to the leg. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, twist. Take the gaze over the back shoulder. Deep belly breaths here. But anytime we're compressing or twisting, we are giving a massage to the internal organs, helping facilitate the natural detoxification of the body, cleansing, releasing. So can you twist just a little deeper? Can you let go of something that's no longer serving you? Last inhale. Exhale, twist to your edge. And then slowly release. Slowly untwisting. And then both legs reach forward. And then we'll take a forward fold here. Just for a moment. To recenter the spine.
Taking about 3 more deep breaths here. With each inhale, feeling the spine grow longer. And with each exhale, surrendering into the body just a little bit more. Feeling that chin tuck in towards your chest. And then we'll slowly rise back up to that 90-degree angle with the body, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then tuck the knees in towards your chest. Grab on the opposite elbows. Give yourself one big I love you squeeze here. Drawing the knees in closer, forehead can come down towards the knees. Almost taking that cat pose as the belly button draws towards the spine. And then with the knees still bent, slowly lowering all the way down onto your back. Moving into a figure 4, we'll start with the right leg, lifting it high up to the sky, flexing, pointing, maybe taking a few circles, whatever your body's calling for. And then when you're ready, making that 90-degree angle, crossing the right ankle on top of the left knee. Feeling that hip open slightly. And we have a few variations here. Option 1 is to stay here. Option 2 is to interlace your fingers behind your left thigh, drawing it closer in towards your heart space. And then option 3 is to gently press your right palm into your right thigh, massaging it further away from the body as you continue to draw that left knee in closer to your heart space. Gaze is either closed or looking up directly at the ceiling. Using your breath with the slight pressure of your palm to open the hips just a little bit more. Toes continue to stay flexed. When you're ready, moving on to the other side, grounding the left heel into the mat, Reach the right foot up for one more stretch, and then lowering it down. Lift the left heel high up to the sky, flexing, pointing the toes, taking a few circles, and then taking it into that 90-degree angle. Left heel will fall on top of the right knee, and then taking the variation that best serves you on this side. Having the awareness that each side can be slightly different. Having the awareness but not judging it. Continue to keep those toes flexed. A gentle reminder to either close the eyes or have the gaze looking directly up at the sky. And then grounding that right heel into the mat. Lift your left leg high up to the sky. And then slowly lower it down, extending both legs out. Coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. This is arguably one of the most important poses that we practice in yoga. It's where we surrender to receive all the benefits of our practice. So I invite you to stay very present here. Continue to use the breath as your anchor. And allow your body to relax. Softening the eyes, the throat, the palms. And allowing the hips to fully relax into the mat. The knees are soft. And your feet are completely relaxed. Now beginning to wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Bring that smile back into your lips as you hug the knees into your chest, falling over to the right side. And gently pressing up into a comfortable seated position. We'll close class today as we so often do with one deep breath, reaching the palms high up to the sky.
Exhale, drawing palms through heart center.